Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the New York Jets. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, the bright lights of Broadway just to the east of us, and we are under the lights as well at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
They'll get this out wide to Taylor. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Wentz now on first down. That'll be complete to Breida. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
This is Breida on the draw. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Brady. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This is caught by Jackson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On 1st down, here's Breida. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Running out of the gun here, Breida. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
And New York set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Here's McKinnon on the draw. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. He finds McKinnon, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard. Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Darren Lee there to get him down.
20!
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. A dump down to McKinnon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down. Now stopped him in his tracks.
Steven Hauschka on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of, they've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. This short throw caught by Goddard. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Here's Brady to throw. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Yeah. Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
I think he gunned down a few guys.
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Brady now on 1st down. This one into the hands of Burton. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, McKinnon. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Brady. Screen play, McKinnon. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wentz going to throw. It's caught by Jackson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
18 on the play. And the Cardinals first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing now is Wentz. It's Hill, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now Wentz. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. On the delay, here's Breida. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Wentz going to try and throw on third. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Richardson. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Brady looking for his running back, and he's got him. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for New York. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. Baker Mayfield, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Drew Lock leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we head back up to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Godden. Brandon.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
On first down, Singletary. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Brady. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Operating from the gun, Brady. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Hauschka adds the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Open man is Hill, he's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals. Here's Breida. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. Wentz now still just the one incompletion. 16 of 17. It's 1st down. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Rosas to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
Let's go, defense.
On third and long, it's Brady. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big 30-yard play on third.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. He's got Burton here. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run the counter. McKinnon. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He's got his man. This is Tate. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Brady going to throw. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run with Breida. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. They complete it to Hill. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now Wentz. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona 1st. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Now it's Breida. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now on 2nd and 16. Wentz gets this one to Hill. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
This is Breida. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Wentz. That'll be complete to Breida. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jannard Avery able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Brady now on first down. He finds McKinnon, complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Brady. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Brady again. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, it's Brady. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Brady looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Brady to throw again. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Brady. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Brady to throw. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. That's not exactly what you want there, especially given the time on the clock. But now, you got to kick the field goal, right?
You do, and actually, you show a little faith in your defense when you do that, because you kick the field goal here, you're telling them, we believe you'll get the ball back for us for one more shot.
Hauschke's kick is good, and we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Wentz to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Wentz going to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Arizona. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw, Brady. And that's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra.
It's not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Switch! Switch!
They'll run on first down. Singletary. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Here's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Here's Brett Kern now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. And this one complete to Smith. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Wentz now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
56.
Throwing now is Wentz. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So out now come the Jets. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run here with Singletary. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Shifts by him. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Wentz to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. On third and long, it's Wentz. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First down, Arizona.
And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins.